Disclaimer.
What makes you say, oh, fuck off? New password cannot match old password. Our company's policy is update every 3 months, cannot reuse the last 24 months worth of passwords. So the hack is to add a numeric suffix, and keep bumping it up. They haven't bothered to figure out whether that's happening, so clearly lip service is more important than actual security. When the parcel company says, we tried delivering today but no one was home and you're literally in the damn house. I had this shit happen to me with the cable company a few weeks ago. They said they would pass between 12 a.m. and 4 p.m. I waited in my flat all afternoon, they never showed up. A few days later I called them and they said that the team found no one in my flat, even though neither the doorbell nor my phone ever rang. 12 a.m.? Hard-working fellas there. Oh, fuck off. Postal Service literally came up to our door and delivered a note informing us that they couldn't deliver the package to our house. Canada Post? You fucking know it, baby. Bruh, they put more work into not doing it than it could have took to do it probably. I've had that happen. I was like, what the fuck, you didn't even knock. I watched you through the curtain and was getting up. He said the note's already made and scanned or something, then left. I was waiting for a package that was out for delivery, and when I heard them walking up to the door, I opened it to see a surprised USPS worker quickly crumple the "sorry we missed you" note and handed me the box. Once, I ambushed a delivery driver who was known for tiptoeing to front doors and leaving a "you weren't home" note without ringing or even bringing the package from his truck. He was putting the note on my door when I stuck my head through the window and screamed, "Why aren't you ringing the bell?" He damn near shat his pants and, once he recovered, had to do the walk of shame to his truck to get my damn package. I often replay that scene in my head when I need a mental boost. I had one not even bring the box to the door. They just brought the note already filled out and went to slap it on the door. Thankfully I saw them. One time I took the day off to make sure I was able to be there when an important package came. I waited for it all day, have a Ring camera at both doors and driveway, nobody came to drop off a package. Got a delivery notification which said handed directly to homeowner. Dropping stuff. 99% of the time, I'll tell whatever I drop to fuck off before I pick it up. I'm so glad someone else does it too. I feel this. I dropped something as I was getting ready to leave after a kickboxing class the other day, and I just looked at it and gave a big sigh. There was a kid next to me who seemed to take that to mean I needed help picking whatever it was back up. I felt like saying, no, don't worry, I can get it. It just deserves to stay on the floor for a little longer. Clearly I do this too, 'cause my 4-year-old dropped something and says, fuck off. What did you say? Huh, what? Nothing. When you do self-checkout, because that's all that's open and the thing keeps saying place item in bagging area, but I already did, and then it has the audacity to tell me unknown item in bagging area right after. Fuck right off self-checkout. And then you have to wait for an employee to come help anyway. Oh, fuck off, I say this in response to most things. Adults acting like school bullies. I've fucking had enough of that in particular. You just gave me a PTSD flashback of a few coworkers. People in their 50s and 60s acting like they're 12. Uninvited guests coming over on random days. I hope you don't answer the door and pretend you're not home. I keep keys in my hand when answering the door. Depending on the person, I either tell them I'm about to leave or I just got home. That's smart, using that from now on. Thanks, internet stranger. I'll straight up tell them I'm busy and you need to set a time to come over. If I'm home, I'm very likely really busy with work or whatever, or otherwise winding down and don't want to deal with your ass. I actually saw something online about a tip for this. If it's cold outside, put your jacket on before answering the door. If it's someone you want to see, you can tell them you just got home. If it's someone you don't want to see, you can say you're heading out. I suppose you could grab your keys, purse, to-go coffee mug or something to do this when it's too warm for a jacket. I was actually just reminiscing about how fun it was in college, where your friend would just barge into your room unannounced and join in with you whatever you were doing. Video games, studying quietly, watching cartoons, listening to music, or just bouncing a tennis ball or whatever. Everyone was the same age, same schedule, same level of responsibility. But now that everyone's lives are not more or less exactly the same, it could be inconvenient to have this happen. I hated so much when people did that. The only way I was able to stop a couple people doing this was to show up at their houses at 1 a.m. a few times until they got the hint. Sites forcing cookies on you, I no longer even bother to visit those sites, it's not that important. Fuck off. YouTube ads. Fuck off X10. I still don't understand what cookies is. Think of it as the website putting a branded sticker on you so they and other websites knows you've eaten at Joe's this week. Hence tracking cookies. Oh, fuck off, when I miss a step going down the stairs. For me it's when I expect another step that isn't there and you step down way too hard. People who constantly talk over others. So anyways, as I was saying. Yeah, but. Oh, I'm sorry, did the middle of my sentence interrupt the start of yours? People who stop in a lane with moving traffic to try and merge at the very last moment. Nope. Fuck off. Every time I buy something and the company has my email on file I get review us, the product spam. Shut the fuck up. Trust me, you don't want my review. If you ask again, I will give you my review and it won't be 5 stars. Religious demonstrators. Fuck off. I'm a high school teacher in Las Vegas. One year, my school had their prom at the Hard Rock on the Strip. It was a phenomenal venue, but some religious nutjobs parked a bus in front of it and started blaring bullhorns up at the prom. Don't sin tonight. Jesus wants you pure. And other bullshit like that. I went out to confront them and couldn't help myself. Motherfuckers, if you were here to do anything other than creep on kids, you would have noticed that you're on the fucking Las Vegas Strip. It's literally called Sin City. Like, there is more sin happening literally everywhere else on this street. They stuck around for a few minutes so they could act like I hadn't scared them off, but they slunk away pretty soon thereafter. Fucking imbeciles. People who start referencing Andrew Tate like he is some reputable source of any information. I shut that shit down as soon as I hear his name mentioned basically. But Andrew Tate is an alpha, don't disrespect him like that. If I haven't heard of someone or even if I haven't I just know they're a douche or even just an idiot and someone brings them up, I go, who? Okay, and what makes him an expert in, thing? Fuck off, most of the shit that pro-lifers try to pass off as arguments against abortion access. It's just not worth humoring 99% of the time. Yeah, I'm with you here. This is the one issue I'm kind of an asshole and unwilling to hear another perspective on. Abortion is healthcare and women should have the choice to do as they wish with their own bodies, and have the chance to choose the trajectory of their own lives. Nobody can convince me that stripping abortion rights is ever a good thing. Just watch George Carlin on YT talk about this very subject. These people aren't pro-life, they're anti-women. Rest in peace, George. I would be less fuck off about the pro-life movement if those people actually cared about making the world better for those children and families. But no. They'll scream about the pedophiles running the world being completely oblivious to the fact that forcing parents to bring a lot of unwanted infants into the world will almost certainly wind up fueling the child sex trade. Pro-Russia Russians living in Western countries simping for Russia and how great it is, while refusing to move back there. What about a pro-Russian Englishman living in England? You need to stop using government sources for your news, my friend. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, Lord haha. And where do you take your news from? Also, fuck right off. Sincerely from Poland. Married to one. Lost 3 good folks. These Russia-loving Russians amongst us are undesirable waste of oxygen and space in literal sense. Moved to neighboring countries back in 90s, 2000s for better live with puppy eyes, and now majority of them cunts are nothing but problem. They were unhappy about Finland's membership in NATO, calling it as an aggression, and heck despise Ukrainian flag waving at Central Railway Station in Helsinki. I wouldn't waste my piss at them if they're lit in fire. Some contemplation and discussion of liberating brotherly Finns after liberating everything else. This is all on state TV. Try it mofos and you'll be sent in pickle jar as cargo 200. Works for states, too. Lived in Florida for 30 years and I encountered so damn many New Yorkers who wouldn't STFU about how great New York is. Then go back. To be fair, Florida does suck. I left for a reason. But I don't go around my new state telling them how much better Florida was. Because it wasn't. That's why I left. I'm not aware of the states because I'm from England. But we get plenty of foreign people coming every year just to complain about the place yet stay for prolonged periods of time. You can also watch other videos by going to the channel. I will be pleased if you like them.